Hi there, my name is Alec Lawrence, and I'm going to be giving you a brief tutorial on how to create a Google Classroom. I'm going to show you how to add announcements, create assignments, give quizzes, ask questions, and invite your students. Google Classroom is a great tool to help facilitate student learning in an online platform. You can manage content, encourage collaboration, and communicate with your students in a way that really helps them to become active participants in their learning. So let's get started. The first thing you'll need is to have a Google account, and you'll need to log into Google Classroom. From there, you are going to see this plus sign, and this plus sign is going to allow you to join or create a class. And so today we're going to be creating a class. This disclaimer here says that if you work for a school district with students, that your school needs to sign up for a free G Suite for Education account before you can use this with your students. And I highly recommend it. It's free. I don't currently work in a school district right now, which is why I am getting this disclaimer. So we're going to head and continue. So you're going to give your classroom a name. I'm going to name mine World Geography. I used to be a social studies teacher. From there, you'll be able to create a section. If this was period 1 or something, you could add a subject, World Geography, and give a room. And it's going to take a second, and then it will create your classroom. From there, you are going to see this navigation up here. You'll see your title. It will give you a suggested theme based on what the title you gave. You can always change that and customize it however you see fit. At the top, you're going to see Stream, Classwork, and People. This is how you're going to navigate the different pages within your classroom. The stream is usually where all of the assignments will show up, similar to a news feed on any of the other social media accounts. Very similar. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do to get started is we want to create an announcement to be able to communicate with your students. So basically right here you will click and open this. This is where you'll be able to create your announcement, and you can add anything that you can think of using attaching a file or a picture, using your Google Drive, YouTube, or even attaching a link. So I'm going to assume that's maybe the beginning of the year, and so I'm going to say, welcome to Miss Lawrence's class. Below is a syllabus of the course. So something very simple. I look forward to getting to know all of you, and from here you're going to want to attach a syllabus if that's what you want to do. So I have my World Geography letter here ready to go, and you will be able to attach that. Here you can post, or you can schedule it, or let's say you're not done, you're not quite sure that's what you want to say, you can save it for later. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and hit post. And that's as simple as it gets. I mean, it doesn't get much more simpler is what I meant to say. Very, very easy. You can continue to make announcements. Your classroom can add comments once they log in if they want to. The next thing you're going to want to do is from there you have classwork. And this really is where all of the magic is going to happen. You're going to be able to create assignments and quizzes and all different kinds of things to assign to your students. So here is this create button, and from here you'll have a drop down menu. So let's say the first thing you want to do is create an assignment. Okay, so one of the first things I like to do is to assign a personal collage to my students, and basically this is just a way for me to get to know them. They go online and they pick a bunch of different pictures that represent them, and they'll turn it in. So I'm going to ask them to follow the instructions in the attached document. Okay, so from here, again, I'm going to go to my Google Drive, and I have my copy of my collage. And from here, you are going to have a couple different options. You can have the students view the file. So in this instance, they're just going to view the file. I don't need them to do anything to the file, but if I did, I could allow the students to edit the file. So let's say I wanted to create a sign-up sheet for, maybe they're studying different countries in North America, or let's pick South America, there's more countries. I would ask them to sign up for the country that you want to research. I would allow them to edit that file. That way everyone could see the edits being made. So if a particular country was already taken, the students would need to move on and pick a different one. Or let's say you had an actual assignment where the students needed to fill in their own ideas about something. You could make a copy for each student, and they would be able to work within that file and turn that file in. This instance, I just need them to be able to view the file, but know that you have those different options. Okay, here you can select a due date, and you can even add this to a specific topic. I'm going to go into the topics a little bit in a few minutes, but for right now, I'm going to leave this just as it is, and I'm going to hit assign. So here you see it. If you come back to stream, it's going to show up right here. And when the students look in the classwork, they'll be able to see the personal collage assignment. So let's say you want to give a quiz. Now, the quiz is going to be a little bit different. It's still going to be an assignment, but Google Classroom is going to take you straight to Google Forms to create your quiz. I'm not going to go into too much detail just because we're focusing on Google Classroom, but this is a really neat option. Okay, so it's going to create a blank quiz form, and from here you'll be able to ask multiple choice questions or short answer, paragraphs, whatever you can think of. There are other tutorials specifically for Google Forms, so I'm just going to show you this, and then we're going to go back to Google. So again, it gives you the blank form. Let's just say mock quiz for right now. That way you can see. And again, you can give instructions, due date, all the same things, and assign. And now we see our mock quiz. Let's say you wanted this quiz let's say you wanted to delete this quiz. You simply come here and you delete it. As simple as that. The next thing you might want to do is ask a question, okay? And usually what I've found is these questions are more simple. Otherwise, it's best to ask it in the Google form. So maybe you just want to ask, is your favorite thing about school? This could be a loaded question because I taught high school. But you can give them the option of short answer or multiple choice. So maybe with multiple choice, you wanted to ask or give them the option of lunch, socializing with your friends, going to the library, learning, whatever it is. I want to know and I want to see their writing, so I'm going to leave it as short answer. Okay? And then you can ask. You can see if the students want to edit their answers. You're able to do that, so they can go back in and edit, or you can leave it blank. You can even allow students to reply to each other. So maybe as part of the question, you want to create some form of discussion and collaboration amongst students. This would be a really good option. And you would hit ask. Next, you might want to simply add some material on a specific topic. And this is where I said the topic was going to come in handy. So let's say you want to create a topic. Within world geography, we study different continents. And so let's say I want to add the topic of North America. And I want to give some resources on maps of North America. I could give it the title maps, and then I could add different links, multiple links if you want, videos about maps of North America, or let's just say I have several different resources on my computer that I want to add. Okay, and you can post that there. Now let's say you want to add not just maps, but other materials. Now, North America shows up as a topic that you can choose. right? And so let's say I want to add some cultural resources. I want them to learn more about culture, maybe jazz or dance, different things like that that would be relevant. And I can attach them here and I can post. All right, now you'll see them here under North America. You can change the order. Okay, so that's a really neat feature as well. So now that you know how to create certain things within your classroom, and again, you're going to see all of these things show up here in your stream, you want to add students. You could add teachers if you wanted to. Let's say you have co-teachers or aides that help you. You could add them, and then you can add your students. You can add them manually with their email. I don't recommend it. It's very time consuming. Or you can give students this class code down here and they will automatically be invited to your classroom. The great thing about this, if you come up here, is your class code is featured here on this first page. You can display your class code, and then students, let's say you're demoing for your students, which I highly recommend if your students have never used Google Classroom before, and you can show this to them in class. They can use their mobile devices, or if you're lucky enough to have one-to-one, you can have them log in using it this way. So we have learned how to create announcements, add classroom material, and invite students. I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you, and good luck with your Google Classrooms.